pretty much every other week in the season, we kind of talk about the pass rush not being there. But today they came big, man. 6 sacks tonight. And I don't even know how many pressures we had, but we had a ton. And our guy, Carl Loftus, JD and I, we were texting about Carl Loftus earlier, and he came to play today. He was in the backfield all game long. So I want to give, shout out to the pass rush. What did you guys see? And what did you guys like? Obviously, the 6 sacks is amazing. But what did you guys like about having that push up front this week that we didn't see last week against the Bengals?
Go ahead, Lance.
Yeah, I love the fact that they didn't let the Broncos come out of this game feeling comfortable. You felt it immediately. The Broncos like, oh damn, like this is just gonna be more of the same. Because you saw the Chiefs last week give up 431 yards. You saw them allow 7 of 11 third down conversions for the Bengals, and they came in this game and said over our dead body, we're not gonna let the Broncos do this to us, man. We just got embarrassed against the Bengals last week. We had opportunities. We did not get to Joe Burrow enough. We're not going to let Russell Wilson come out here and just start slinging the ball over the damn field. He doesn't have a starting wide receiver, Cortland Sutton. It ain't happening. It ain't happening. Like I said, it wasn't until Patrick Mahomes started turning the ball over the defense even showed any signs that they had any weakness in this game. They looked very good. And as much as the secondary is young and inexperienced and gives up plays, I mean, we got to give Jerry Jeudy some credit, man. This kid's a hell of a route runner. He's fast as hell. He found speed. He found space. These dudes battled, man, and it was a hell of a battle. And I got to give this defense a lot of credit. I don't like the box score, but like I said, the box score doesn't always tell the whole story. And the box score tells us that the Chiefs gave up 28 points to a team that, like I said, was the bottom of the barrel offensively this season. And in fact, I think this goes far more on the offense than it does the defense, because the offense, after going up the Chiefs are up 27-0. The Chiefs' offense actually got outscored tonight. They got outscored 28-27. So, because they only scored 27 points offensively. So, that's a weird thing to say. It's not often you say the Broncos outscore a team, let alone a team like the Chiefs that have Patrick Mahomes as their quarterback. So, George Karlaftis, who's really, every single week it seems like he's getting better and better. I love that Frank Clark was putting on the pressure. It sucks to see Russell Wilson go down with that concussion. But Frank Clark did not give up on that play, and that's everything I need to see from him. Because I don't have a ton of expectation for Frank Clark anymore at this point of his career. I think he's a good, solid rotational piece. But to see him not give up on a play like that, you hate to see a guy go down to injury. But to see Frank Clark keep that from being a touchdown, that's a hell of a play, man. So I think the Chris Jones, Colin Saunders, Brandon Williams, like we just talked about a few minutes ago, seeing these guys step up in a game like this was what saved this game. I know Jerick McKinnon had a baller game. We could talk about him. But the defense staved up, and they did save Patrick Mahomes from losing a game the Chiefs had no business even making it into a game.
Yeah, I think the pass rush was definitely a lot better than what they've seen last week, no doubt about it. And so, like we were talking about Karlaftis earlier, I'm just like, look, it's time for this guy to kind of get out here and ride. We needed those guys, and then the context we were using it in, I was looking at the Cincinnati game, and of course, Hendricks and those guys are coming after like those relentless guys. I said, man, I love guys like that. I just love it, and I hate playing against guys like that. And that's what George gives you. He gives you all of that hard, coming, scratching, crawling, spinning, tucking. It's like, man, is this guy ever gonna quit? No, he's not. And we need a guy like that. Matter of fact, when you see that with Dunlop and you see that with, like you said, with Frank also too, that right there gives you a lot of hope as far as like, look, these guys kind of understand what it means to kind of get back here to the quarterback. Now, Chris does a good job. I'm still needing to see the guys on the inside helping Chris out. That's why I think we have the issue and the problem is that other defensive tackle is not getting the push. But I think with Williams coming in, I think it's going to help out a whole lot. Dan is trying to do it from where he is, man. He's kind of undersized where he's at. So they're going to be able to grab him up a little bit more. But I think the pressure in the sacks was critical. It was absolutely critical. Like you said, not to keep him comfortable at all. Because you can't look, Russell Wilson, he'll still let it cook if you let it. Okay? And Jerry Jeudy is a very good wide receiver, no doubt about it. So that was exceptional. We need to have that going into the playoffs and be deep in the playoffs. Guys coming off the football, we need to have that. And so it was good to see the guys come out here, make some sacks, get some pressures. I think the defense did pretty well.
Yeah. And another thing that kind of stood out to me was because I was hoping to see this week with Brandon Williams in there because, we were talking about the run game not being able to stop a nosebleed on run defense last week. we had such a big lead that they really couldn't run the ball. I mean, it was more they kind of went to pass one pretty early on in that game, so we never actually got to see how good our run D was going to be with the addition of Brandon Williams, which kind of sucked. I wanted to be able to see that. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out the best clips from Chief Concerns. And if you prefer to listen to the show, subscribe and follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and anywhere else you get your podcasts.